Hello everyone. Today we're going to have the properties of squares. So these pictures we have here are examples of squares. So the first property over here, all four sides are congruent and all four interior angles are right angles. So all of these sides would be equal to each other, and then all of the angles inside would be 90. So as you can see, there's a small square. It's telling us that it is 90 and it's a right angle. So if this is 13, using the property that we have here, so this side would also be 13 and this side would also be 13. So all of the rest of the sides would be 13. Now, since the other side right here is an expression 5x minus 2, so then we can solve for x, since this one is equal to 13 and all of the sides are equal to 13. So to set up the equation, that would be 5x minus 2 equals 13. So then from here, we add 2 from both sides plus 2 here. So we got 5x equals 15. Divide 5 from both sides, divide 5, so we are left with x is equal to 3. So once we have the x is equal to 3, so all we need to do is we plug this 3 into this one right here. So that would be 5 times 3 minus 2. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 minus 2 is 13. So then all of the sides are equal to 13. So LK would be 13. LM would be 13. And MP would be 13. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. If you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So let's see what you got. So again, each of the sides would be equal to each other. All of the four sides are congruent. So that means these two expressions that we have here are equal to each other. So that would be 2y plus 1 equals y plus 7. So then we subtract y from both sides, minus y. So we have, cross this out. So that's 1y is equal to 1y plus 1 equals 7. And then we subtract 1 from both sides, subtract 1. So we are left with y equals 6. So our y is 6, so that is supposed to be a plus 1 right there. Okay, so y is 6. So once we have y is 6, we plug in the y into the expression. So 6 plus 7 is 13. And so this one right here is 6 times 2. So I'm going to show the work here. So 2 times plus 1, and then again the y is 6. So 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. So all the rest would also be 13. So in this case right here, CF is 13, CD is 13, and then ED is 13, and then FE is 13. Did you get the same answers as this? Good. Perfect. Now let's move on to the second property right here. The two diagonals are congruent and they bisect each other. Again, let's define the word bisect again. Again, the word bisect had been mentioned in the previous video. So when we say bisect, this was cut into two equal parts. So the two parts have been cut in half, or they're equal. So let's take this example right here. So the diagonals we have here are CE and FD. So those are the two diagonals. Since we say that the diagonals were bisected, so that means these two segments and these two segments are equal each other. So let's take this example here. So if CR is 5, so if this is 5 right here, it means that RE is also 5. Since the diagonals are equal each other as well, that means this one is also 5 and this one is also 5 right here. So then we can go ahead and fill this in. RE is 5, FR is 5, FD is 10, CE is, so that C going to E is 10, and then RD is 5. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, since we have a CT is 2x plus 7, so this whole thing right here, so this diagonal is 2x plus 7, and the RH, so this whole diagonal here is 5x minus 5. Remember, the two diagonals are congruent, so they're equal each other. So we can go ahead and equal them to each other. That's 5x minus 5 equals 2x plus 7. So we subtract 2x from both sides, minus 2x here. So we are left with 3x minus 5 equals 7. So we add 5 from both sides. We add 5 here. So we are left with 3x equals 12. And then we divide 3 from both sides. Divide 3. So then the x is 4. So our x is 4. So if we have x is 4, so we can plug it in here. So we can put in the 4 here. So 2 times 4 plus 7. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then 8 plus, so it's 2 times 4 is 8 plus 7 is 15. So this CT is 15. So CT is 15. And then if we have RH, so again, our x is 4. So 5 times 4 is 20 minus 5 is 15. So both of them are 15. So RH is 15. And then RK, it's half of 15. That would be RK, since the whole thing is 15, half of 15 is 7.5. And then KT, so the whole thing CT is 15. Half of 15 would be 7.5. And then KH, RH is 15. And then KH would be 7.5. Did you get the same answers as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!